another ENYELAH Tea reading. We are here. How are we gonna do this? Okay, this is all coming out. Okay. Energy read for ENYELAH. All those in ENYELAH. Okay. This one doesn't want to be seen. Interesting. That one doesn't want to be seen, so now we gotta bring it out. Here we go. Alright, getting that energy right. This one. Okay. So the main theme of this specific reading is about your own internal voice structures. Everybody's working together. Whether that's allowing you to see it or not, we'll find out. Okay, the Princess of Currency, the Princess of Flowers. I really see that she's utilizing her gifts, her abilities, her power, and she's ready. And this came out exactly yesterday, but in a different order. She's ready as the Queen of Flowers, smiling, like ready, like it's got that poised position of like, yes, I'm ready to receive from this other parts of myself that other people embody and want to be. And then we have the King of Cups. He doesn't see himself as a King of Cups. I'm really seeing that because the K is lobbed off on this one, there's a sense of he only sees certain facial structures that are more clown-like, more like happiness about emotions, and not necessarily the authority that emotions bring, the power that emotions bring. So there's this element inside of you that you have with a masculine seat within inside of you, who's learning to see the power of emotion and the hierarchy of being in that power. I'm getting the very emperor type of stance with emotions, and it's really looking at that part versus the emotions that can be entertaining. Those are so far behind. They're a part of it. They're still a part of the whole aspect, but it's about this deeper, more prominent facing spine holding of self that is coming through in one's mastery of starting to see the reflections of themselves, but also how it comes through the human. It is this aspect of how when you're putting certain things from the depths and you put certain things together, that you're getting, yeah, because you're putting all of these places together, the entertainer, the regal sense of power, like raw power. I'm looking you straight in the face and I have nothing to say. That part is coming through really, really strong in the mastery of putting things together. And part of that putting things together is this committed action of formulating new frequencies. I'm really seeing that these two are really coming together. There's two elements of yourself that are coming together, and it may be reflected in someone outside of you as well, but you're really having to work on this mastery of your own masculine, which normally you see in a male, and you emulate this, how you emulate it in yourself, and how you emulate your readiness, and how that is really a part of this masculine structure that really has this whole everything together, is more of the feminine stability of currency, and her ability to just laugh, and her ability to say, yeah, I'm here receiving it and I'm ready. Like there's a whole sense of, ooh, I'm really getting, there's this alignment with things. Normally the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Air, can mean that there's a sense of things going in a circle, and that doesn't necessarily put you anywhere. But in this instance, I'm seeing that circle, and the mastery of this is giving you like this whole new element. It's this whole new element that you're creating, and it's obviously it feels powerful. It's incredible. So then now we have the Four of Water. This actually, to me, I'm kind of getting an essence of what the Four of Cups is a sense of not seeing things. But here I'm seeing, because of this specific card, it's there's a repellent. It's like I'm putting my umbrella like this, and that's not really assisting you in getting covering when it comes to, you're aiming this at something. So normally your umbrella is up high, but when your umbrella is like this, it's like you're expecting this intense amount of emotion to come towards you. But the thing is, because you're doing this, you're not putting the umbrella where it's supposed to be, which is above you. So when the rain is falling straight down, but you're expecting, it looks like you're expecting a storm, and so you know where the wind's gonna blow. So I'm really getting, there's like a sense of mastery within inside of this. And then you have the Five of Water, which is, you've ditched some of the umbrellas, like whatever, like you know, one is upside down here, one is even folded up. There's a sense of abandoning certain things, because here in the Four, it seems like you're really ready, stormy ready. And then in the Five here, the way that I'm seeing this is you really have this essence of like, okay, well, I got another umbrella to assist me with this, but I don't even know how to use it. And then the other four that you had all put together, it's just like, oh, whatever. Wow, 4, 5, and then 6. 6, you've just neatly put them somewhere. It looks like you have these two very unique elements, and you've dashed them off to the side, and you've put these 4 here, and you're ready to use these 4. There's just, you're separating your emotions, because as soon as you got to 5, it looks like 4, you were ready to go. You're, expecting certain things to happen. 5 comes around and you're just like, yo, this is too much. I just can't right now. And then 6 comes around and you're like, I just have to, I'm prepared. I'm prepared with the 4. I'm good with the 4. But it seems like the 6 here, the 6 is in essence of some of these valuable parts in you that you have saved for something special, is what it feels like. And then the multiverse is coming through. So this is how you engage and also are created, like all of the elements of you. This is how you are within the entire cosmos line of things. Is like all of your intensity and all of your power is in essence up against others, but that's what I'm actually getting here. I'm getting, it's like, okay, you're big, well, I'm big. And then as well of the you're big, I'm big, it gets down to, well, I have my 3 of cups in place. And these ones are even in holders. They're set to go. But there's all of this emotion that you're going through when it's coming to, I think it has to do with forming. What you formed here is really powerful and really strong and like upfront, and then you're getting in your emotions expecting some storm. If you would just be like, we're okay, we don't need to put all this excess energy into this, you wouldn't be dropping things, you wouldn't be just putting stuff aside that means something potent to you. There's a real essence of you in the world stage, like you amongst all of the other powers. Yeah, it's really getting that you amongst the other powers. Now, in this essence of, walking from such a powerful, prominent position, you walk into this stage of power where all these other powers are, and you're all up in your feelings, and you're defensive, and all of these things are coming through, and you're like, well, I have this going for me. And you just have this little amount of emotions that you have standing here. When you have so much more, as soon as you get more emotion, it's like you get really defensive instead of just working with all of the beautiful things that is going on. And then yeah, it's like opening that threshold of like, okay, I'm in the world stage of all of the most powerful people, and I'm doing all of these amazing, immaculate, powerful things, and I have all the cups, I have all of the emotions, and I'm good with all of them. They're all in a place. You can read this in so many ways, but I'm really seeing that it's like, you're getting more and more emotional, and it just needs to be solidified more and more as something that is powerful. So here now we're walking into your, you've lit your fire. So your fire is there, it's known, your flame, it's strong, and you feel like, okay, I've got some things going for me. This is the 4 of Pentacles. I feel like there's a real essence of like, okay, I have this. This is what I have, and I'm really grateful for all the things that I have. I am this dual being. And then you get into the Five of Pentacles and you start looking at yourself a little bit differently. So instead of looking at yourself for the Five of Flowers, you're like, well, maybe I am not as much of a dual nature as I thought. Maybe my logical blueprint is these stickly things instead of this beautiful aura surrounding. Then you come back into this, okay, Six of Currency. I know that I have this behind me. I am this potent being. I have this shine. I am this special. And then you realize what you have and what you are. You are your own universe. And you have so many different parts to you. You have your online presence. You have your understanding of your own astrology and your moon and the sun and all of these aspects of self. And you're in amongst the ranks of things, and your willpower has pushed you in alignment. I'm really getting there's a alignment of things. There's one that's bigger inside of you and one that's a little bit more timid on the outside, but everything is working in tandem as it should, as it is. You have your system as your lover, and this is where you are tuned into, which is ENYELAH system. So this is the place that you are the most blinded to, but also the place that you're serving in. And so because of that, you are the link in the chain, in the place in your system, which is the best place to be, truthfully. This is now you showing up as the creator. This is you showing up as the creator. You have the currency, you have the might, you have the sight. You can sense all of the deep frequencies. You're showing up as the one that has all of this, and you're stabilizing. Now that I'm getting to this part of the reading, there's this stabilization going of, from your princess and your Queen of Pentacles in like accepting it, and then your masculine aspect of yourself that is just this learning this balance in all of your emotions and your mastery of that, and then going through some of the emotions that you're having to now go into and create new elements out of, and showing yourself that you have this fire to ground these things and see exactly who you are in your system. In your system, ENYELAH. Like, you can see it when you're there. You can see the groundedness in it, because you're the one that created this opportunity for yourself. And now you're really seeing the mastery of yourself coming together, and the different elements that you have and the different fragrances that they output. So this is really this journey of you really creating this, and then sitting and realizing, yeah, maybe there's some things that I, am going through emotionally, and that needs to have some more work on it. But overall, I've created so many right now. I've created 6. I haven't created 1 or 2. I've created 6 whole fragrances, whole elements of my essence. So I'm really getting that in this this part of the 6 of gems this is a part of your essence. This is what people smell about you. It's like these other senses that are there. They're not the senses that you see. They're not the senses that are psychic. They're not the senses that are emotional. These are senses that are like an auric sense that you've created about yourself that people can see, and they're all very different, and I'm getting that there's like a potency to them. Some of them people are a little bit like, ooh, but it's like, okay. And then others are more welcoming, more like, okay, I can see that being something. And then this is really, the six of air, this is really what's freeing you. This is really what's allowing you to cut the strings to what you have placed yourself in, and allowing your birds to go from the six, getting into alignment with the seven, taking them out of this place of stagnant motion, and you're removing those things, coming into seven where your alignment is on point. You're talking to yourself, you're sharing with yourself, you're creating the stories with yourself, and then you're getting to the eight where everything is in this beautiful alignment, and you're creating this circle for yourself where you can rely on this. It is an element of your foundational star energy. Definitely. Most definitely. Wonderful. That was today the reading for ENYELAH Tea. The only place you can find me is ENYELAH.com. And if you're looking for this deck currently is the Art Collector's deck. Whenever you're watching this, there might be the other deck available. So just go to ENYELAH.com, go into the tab that says ENYELAH Government, and you'll see which deck is available. This is the art collection deck, the one that I'm using specifically. This one is hand finished, hand cut. And so it is specifically numbered for art. But when there becomes the printed version available, you'll also be able to get that one if that is more along your liking, that you would like to utilize in your daily life. I use this one daily because, well, I'm expensive. That's how I am.